Hello everyone, I welcome you all for this particular session. In this particular session, we will be seeing some of the examples which are related to the CST element and quadrilateral element. In the previous class, you have studied how to determine the strain displacement matrix and Jacobian matrix for CST as well as the quadrilateral element. Today, we will see a simple example how to solve the values of or to determine the values of zeta and neta for the particular application. Okay, so this is a problem where we have taken a triangular element which is been given by the x1 x2 x3 coordinates, y1 y2 y3 coordinates, which has three nodes. Okay, and it has the point of interest point at this particular, where the value of this is 3.85 and 4.8. X is 3.85 and y is 4.8. So here what you have to do is we have to evaluate the values of shape function. Okay, so evaluating the values of shape function is when you get the values of a shape function n1, n2, n3. Okay, how to evaluate the values of shape function is basically you have a property called as unit property, that is n1 plus n2 plus n3. If you get a unit value, this is the evaluation of shape function. So always n1 plus the sum of the shape function value will be always equal to 1. So for this particular case, you have to determine the values of shape function. Okay, and then you have to evaluate what is the how the shape function will behave. Okay, for this particular case, you have the global coordinate values like this is x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, and this is x and y. So for this, you have to find out first, you know that how to get the values for the shape function for CST element is, you know that n1 is equal to zeta, n2 is equal to neta. So for this particular case, we have CST element n1 is zeta, n2 is eta, and n3 is 1 minus zeta minus eta. Okay, so this is the equation. So for that, if I want to find out the values of n1, n2, n3, I have to get the values of zeta and neta. So first we will be using that isoparametric equation, which is given as x is equal to n1 x1 plus n2 x2 plus n3 x3. This is an isoparametric equation which we will be using. So you know what is x here? We know what is x1, x2, x3 here. So what is x here? It is 3.85. Okay. What is x1? So I'll write it as n1, or I'll write it as 1.5 n1 plus 7 n2 plus 4 n3. Okay, so also you know that what are the values of n1, n2, n3 in terms of zeta and eta. So what I'll do is I'll take 3.85, 1.5. What is n1? It is zeta plus 7. What is n2? It is eta plus 4. What is n3? It is 1 minus zeta minus eta. Okay, what happens here is 3.85 is equal to 1.5 zeta. So what you are getting here is you have minus 4 zeta and 1.5 zeta. So how much you will get? You will be getting minus 2.5 zeta. Okay, and here it is 7 eta and minus 4 eta. You will be getting plus 3 eta plus 4. Okay, so you got this as an equation A. Similarly, I will take the isoparametric equation for y components. So y is equal to n1 y1 plus n2 y2 plus n3 y3. Okay, so we will write directly there. So y here is 4.8. Okay, 4.8. So you know y1, what is the value of y1? It is 2. What is the value of n1? It is zeta plus n2 into y2 is there. So plus 3.5 into eta plus what you will be getting? Y3 is 7. So you will be getting plus 7 minus 7 zeta minus 7 neta. So if you solve, what you will be getting? It is minus 5 zeta. Okay, it is 3.5 here. It is minus 3.5 eta and plus 7. Okay, so if you solve these, you can bring the 4 on the other side and get the values. So if you solve the simultaneous equation here, if you solve the simultaneous equation, just check whether the values are right. Yeah, this is correct. So if you bring zeta and neta on the one side and the real numbers on the other side, you can just solve them. So you'll end up in this particular equation. What you'll get here is, this is the equation you'll get after solving. So you'll be getting it as 2.5 zeta plus 3.5 eta. So sorry, first equation, I'll write equation A here. So this is 2.5 zeta minus 3 eta is equal to 0.15. So this will be 5 zeta plus 3.5 eta, and this will be 7 minus 4.8, it is 2.2. So you'll be getting 2.2. So to solve these two equations, so you'll be getting the values of zeta and neta. So what you'll be getting if you solve? So zeta value will be 0.3 and eta value will be 0.2. Okay, so this will be the zeta and eta. So now you know the shape function equation. So n1 is zeta, n2 is eta, n3 is 1 minus zeta minus eta. So what you will get here? You will be getting 0.3, you will be getting 0.2. So here what you will be getting? 1 minus 0.3 minus 0.2, you will be getting 0.5. 0.5, and just you have to evaluate the properties of shape function, which says that n1 plus n2 plus n3 should be always equal to 1. So if you just observe, this is 0.5 and this is 0.5, you will be getting the n1, n2 and n3 summation, you will be getting it as 1. Okay, I hope this is clear how we have solved the problem. Okay, so based on this you can also find out the strain matrix. Okay, strain matrix you can find out. That particular strain matrix we will be dealing in the next coming classes. So this is the simple examples where you need to find out the n1, n2, n3 with respect to the global coordinate system. Okay, thank you.